You want to smell my breath? I miss you.
Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do? We gonna dub?
News networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
Look up something in back check, kind of like cross reference.
Yeah, I should put the.
You say you look that shit up. That's the name of your show.
Yeah,
that's right. What really drew me in.
Remember, we want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley. Going. Hope I don't get in trouble for playing that last video. I probably shouldn't have played that shit. I'm always testing the damn waters, bro. That shit gonna get me.
You are now
Who and what are we gonna complain about tonight?
You are now
This is copyright.gov, U.S. Copyright Office. More information on fair use. Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as examples of activities that may qualify as fair use. Section 107 calls for consideration of the following 4 factors in evaluating a question of fair use: purpose and character of the use, including whether the use of the commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes, nature of the copyrighted work, amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyright work. Okay, so anything I use for you guys, hit me up if you want me to remove it, edit it, or whatever. Nothing is used to infringe on anybody's intellectual property. I don't intend on doing that, and I don't intend on profiting from anyone's intellectual property. So I'm glad to edit or delete anything that's any of my videos that I've used of anybody. So that's it.
You are now tuned in
With Lil G,
to the style
KC, real.
Bambino.
Sit by myself
And I think about my life,
and I think about my past.
I be like my future shy.
Damn, my future shine.
Yeah, my future shy.
Damn, my future shine.
Yeah, my future shy.
When I sit by myself
And I think about my life,
and I think about my past.
I be like my future shy.
Damn, my future shine.
Yeah, my future shy.
Hey, damn, my future shine.
Yeah, my future shy. Been building since 96. It's been a trip. Just trying to survive in this bitch. And you wonder why, where I'm from. Every time I turn around, dumber and dumber trying to pull me down. All my niggas screaming, just get up out of H-Town. But I ain't, this is where I make my bank. Plus I got unfinished business with a skank. G's be my witness, I'ma hit hard as a tank. I can't stop Casey the prophet, God of the day. I trust the gang with a case for being fake, for thought hate all of y'all, and I'm willing to eliminate anyone up in my way. Sending living in the belly of the beast, predator and prey. Either get ate, pray you ain't the next nigga on my plate. Hey,
I be like, damn, my future shy. That's why I let all my anger out when I get up on the mic. They say life is what you make it, but shit, that's like rolling dice, man. Let me tell you something, man. Life ain't all night. People be like, man, that's gravy, man, but that shit is right. Let me tell you something. You tell them the truth, they be like, that ain't right. But see, life is shy. It's like putting up with a fight. If you fuck with me, can't see, we'll punch out your life. When I sit by myself,
and I think about my life,
and I think about my past,
I be like, my future shy.
yeah, my future shy.
Damn, my future shy.
Yeah, my future shy.
Damn, my future shy.
When I sit by myself,
And I think about my life,
and I think about my past,
I be like, my future shy.
yeah, my future shy.
Damn, my future shy.
Yeah, my future shy.
Hey, damn, my future shy. Remind me my drink. Yo, this bitch is drunk on my drink. Yo, this trick is smoking my dang. I wanted to stop, but I can't. I'm leaning to the side, man. I'm leaning to the side, man. Yo, everybody vibing, the lights flashing, ain't nobody hiding. We full of passion. I see this chick smiling with her action. She said she from an island. I was just passing. I said stop lying. Started laughing, girl, what you drinking? I'm on that captain, now we on pink panties with a napkin. I got a blunt dipped in brandy that we passing. Now we leaning to the side in the bass bay. She feeling on my thigh, my chain swinging, feeling alright now. The game changing, right on time now. We both swaying, do that new style now. Bojangles, I wanna see your top hats. Do those jangles, what about your now guys? I need angles, call me your Popeye. Grab your ankles, move like Chaka Chaka. When it's anal, I got to get ya. And it's painful, split you like a swisher. With a label, you know we can make it without being naked. We can make them think we fake it, shake it, make me take it. Yo, this chick remind me my drink. Yo, this bitch is drunk on my drink. This trick is smoking my dang. I wanted to stop, but I can't. I'm leaning to the side, man. 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 If you got a cup, put that shit up. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. If you got a fat cat and your drawers and bra match. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. If you just got off of work and your fucking feet hurt. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. If you shine fly and everybody know your ass high. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. If it's getting hot and you drink Henny on the rocks. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. If you a hot girl and you can stop and make it pop. Leaning to the side. Leaning to the side. Yo, this chick remind me my drink. Yo, this bitch is drunk on my drink. Yo, this trick is smoking my dang. I want her to stop, but I can't. I'm leaning to the side, man. 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 Yes, I am drinking more than this shit. This damn green man, it's got me sitting sideways. This damn lean man, it's got me sitting sideways. I'm on the scene, man, I'm sitting sideways. You don't feel like me, that's why you're looking at me sideways. I'm riding clean and I'm flying down the freeway. Nowhere to be, so I'm taking me a free day. Defensive driving, best to listen to what he say. I'm higher than a child on the first day of pre-K. Drive slow, ain't tripping on the delay. The cup I'm sipping on is giving dumb anyway. Anyway, the optimal ashes spilling on my cat case instead of the ashtray. Brush it off and keep it moving on. Shift my attention to what else I could be doing wrong. Sure, someone on my phone I could be screwing on. So you alone? Bring your whole crew along. Sit around the table playing beer pong. She drunk, she bending over and she got a clear thong. I'm looking from the back, man, I got a ass on. Wake up on my back, where the grass come from? This damn green man, it's got me sitting sideways. This damn lean man, it's got me sitting sideways. I'm on the scene, and you know I'm sitting sideways. You don't feel like me, that's why you looking at me sideways. This damn green man, it's got me sitting sideways. This damn lean man, it's got me sitting sideways. I'm on the scene, man, you know I'm sitting sideways. You don't feel like me, that's why you looking at me sideways. I'm the king and we gon' do the things my way. I wanna see you in skinny jeans on Friday. When I'm leaning to the left, you better be leaning in the right way. I'm cleaner than a washing machine. If you hyperallergenic, get your antihistamine. You're like a tight wad caught in between a full of latrine and a pistol with some fiend. Gotta get the cream is on top. ACE, we the team that won't stop. They calling me the dean cause I teach them what's hot. Thought you were the new thing, we can see that you're not. We have to get mean cause we're taking your spot. We wanna get a ring, sit in championship box. Call up your queens and tell them get clocked. When they see the muscle is supreme, your boys gon' get rocked. This damn green man got me sitting sideways. This damn lean man got me sitting sideways. I'm on the scene and you know I'm sitting sideways. You don't feel like me, that's why you looking at me sideways. This damn green man got me sitting sideways. This damn lean man got me sitting sideways. I'm on the scene and you know I'm sitting sideways. You don't feel like me, that's why you looking at me sideways. We thought you were the new thing, but we can see that you're not. Yo, we thought you were the new thing, but we can see that you're not. If you got your own and you clean, drop it like it's hot. If you got your own and you clean, drop it like it's hot. Everybody say wow. How you gon' jock my style? Say wow. How you gon' jock my style? Say wow. How you gon' jock my style? Say wow. How you gon' jock my style?
Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, we want you to be an activist and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Police. We're back. I'm really expecting to have a good show just because I feel really good. Hopefully we get some people in here so we can talk. But even if we don't, you know me, I'm going to talk. So I always have plenty to say. Whether you guys are enjoying it or not, like to hear it or not, agree with me or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. Yeah. Fun. The randomness of the internet. Oh shit. I think we got somebody. What up, Deuce?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Same old, same old, same old thing.
I feel you. I feel you.
Are you driving right now?
Yeah, I'm rolling through Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's where
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
that's where Black Lives Matter was born, right?
That's what who?
I say that's where Black Lives Matter was born.
Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were out the Washington State up that way.
Well, what I mean is that's where it sparked, right? Ain't that where the riot started?
Oklahoma?
I don't know. I
No,
might
I
be
thought
tripping.
Black Lives Matter was started. The first I had ever heard of it was when that dude Michael Brown got killed by that cop in St. Louis, Missouri, or Jefferson. What is it called?
Yeah,
Jefferson something, Missouri, up there. Right, it's right outside of St. Louis.
yeah,
That's the first I had ever heard of Black Lives Matter.
yeah. That's probably it. I'm probably tripping. Anyways, man, how you feeling?
Man, pretty good, bro. Pretty good, man. Shit, just rolling, counting down these days so I can go home.
Yeah, I feel good too. Fucking
Really feel good, man. My All Star, bro. Whew, they swept tonight, bro. They
oh,
had double headers back to back. They were losing the first one 11-0 and came back and tore that ass up. They won by 1 point.
you talking about your son's game?
Yeah, my son, his team, they
Yeah.
were on the losing end, bro. That team came in and was like whooping our ass, dude, and they got a little too relaxed, and my son came in, we call him the cleanup man. He came in that motherfucker and got an infield home run and got 4 runs off their ass.
Uh,
After
put him
that,
right back in the game.
put him right back in the game, and I guess after he hit, it must have sparked something in his teammates because after that, buddy, we was getting run after run.
That's how it goes. It's an energy, a vibe. Somebody has to, and then sports is like everybody gets cold. Everybody's just on a somebody has to break the
Yeah.
ice or break the trend. Yeah, man, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Fucking, I like to hear about shit like that way over fucking the NBA or some shit. Like, I'll be way into a game like that than I would be in watching, you know what I'm saying? The
Oh yeah, they
fucking
get hype out
finals.
there, bro.
Yeah,
Baseball, I'm pretty sure football and basketball too, but baseball, man, they get hype, bro.
yeah. I would have enjoyed that. I ain't gonna lie. That's really nice that you got that, bro. I kind of feel like I got robbed out of that. I got robbed out of my son's childhood.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Man, I always wanted it, bro. You know, growing up, growing up the way we did, not really having that that family dynamic, So it just made me. I always dreamed of having, wife and kids, having a family. You know,
Well,
I didn't
that's
even think
nice.
about the whole sports aspect of it, and I'm like I said, I'm extremely proud of my son, because I wasn't very athletic. I mean, we wasn't playing sports, the sports we were playing, shit was landing us in trouble. So, you
Well,
know,
it's really good, man. You manifested that shit, so that's fucking badass, man. I tried to manifest it, it didn't work out for me.
uh,
Didn't
yeah, I
work
hear
out.
you, bro. It's all good though, man. I mean, you have now. I mean, I know he's a grown man. He's got his own life and shit now, but it's never too late, bro, for you and him to have that father-son camaraderie. It could be the simple thing, y'all. When y'all link up, go to Top Golf and play a round of golf together at Top Golf, or go bowling. You know what I'm saying? And some shit like that.
Yeah, we've done all that shit. They have that little thing. It's over there on. I want to say it's Bel Air, and it's like Top Golf, but it's not so fancy. You know, And but they have a driving range. It's pretty wide open, and pretty much you can pull up there. Sometimes they're busy, but most of the time you can pull up there and get a spot and go right to work.
Yeah.
It don't cost very much. You pay for the balls, and that's it.
Yeah. Top Golf can kind of get expensive, but usually when I go, I'm not even tripping about the price, because we go and we usually spend. Man, we're usually there because my son really likes it, and
I like it a lot. It's a good feeling when you hit the ball just right when you're playing golf, and when you strike it, and you already know, like, by the sound and by the way it feels when it hits it, that it's a good one.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fun, bro. But yeah, I still haven't got that stance down. Having that golf stance, dog, that's not
tough.
an easy fucking stance.
It's tough.
Dude.
You gotta freaking they work on it all day. The really good ones, they do it all day. So what was I gonna say? I really like golf. I never went to a full golf, like a 12 or a 10 or a 6-hole, whatever, like a actual golf course. I've done all of the little putt golf and all of the different driving ranges and shit, but I've never done like the actual go out there and do like 10 holes or some shit. I really want to do that.
Yeah.
We should get together and make that happen. Let me play this video right here.
6-year-old kids in there. They don't know how to defend themselves from a shooter.
Oh, we played this.
Look, they're just all fucking parked and outside, man. They need to go in there.
Get in. What the fuck is the fucking deal, dude? There's kids. Oh, man. I'm gonna fucking.
Look at that shit, bro. They're all in there. The cops ain't doing shit but standing outside.
All the kids are inside the fucking school and they're.
I thought this was a different video. We played this one yesterday. It's funny how that shit, it's like what I was saying was like they're stressing that shit. So that makes me believe that it's maybe not true. You know what I mean? Fucking whenever it's like whatever they attach to, I automatically am skeptical of.
Yeah.
Because, they can't really control what goes viral, but at the same time, they can influence what goes viral.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think
my wife was telling me about a news report that came on Thursday night, so it would have been yesterday, that they were basically, I guess they were interviewing whoever, and they were trying to, they clean up or give good reason as to why they didn't just go into school, and but there was cops that was able to, I guess, get their kids out of there or something like that. I mean, I don't know, but I think in a situation like that, you're not, as a parent wanting to run in there, somehow all you thinking about is something that's happening to your baby. Your baby's in harm's way, so it's like you're not even thinking about life or death at that point. You're just trying to get to your baby.
And you might not be making good decisions.
Yeah, so
for your own safety and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why the cops didn't respond or didn't go into the school right away. I mean, maybe because this guy had an assault rifle and, they're thinking about their lives, I mean, that as to why. I mean, just thinking, if I had to assume, it was probably them, considering, hey, like this is somebody with an assault rifle, and not, they probably were pretty afraid, dude. They probably all were pretty afraid and didn't go in there. But the guy who shot him, he was a part of the patrol in that region down there, that part of Texas, and he was a part of a tactical squad. He did get shot. He got grazed in the top of the head, before taking him out. But he, nevertheless, he did the job that people would suspect law enforcement should have done. I mean, he is
Yeah,
law enforcement, but you know what I mean. He's border patrol. You know.
yeah. And it's an unfortunate circumstance, and I'm sure that it was really dangerous. So people, always gonna feel like I said in the other video, like if it related to your child, no matter what job they did, it wasn't gonna be good enough, especially if when kids got hurt, you know what I'm saying, and died and shit. So,
Yeah.
regardless is a failure. So, and especially through a parent's point of view, but that don't necessarily mean that they were, that they really fucked up. It was just a unfortunate circumstance. I'm not saying that they didn't. I don't know. All this information is still coming out, and they like to freaking cover this kind of stuff up. So who knows how long it'll be before the actual information comes out. It will come out. I'll keep my ears to the street, but no telling how long that'll be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say, right now. And the way that the internet is latching on to this story, it makes me think that it's kind of like a distraction from whatever they want to distract us from, maybe even related to this particular story.
Yeah.
Like the important details, the important stuff somehow is getting missed in these, talking about the door being open and talking about, I don't know, the cops not responding fast enough. I think that I don't really know what it is, but that is taking us away from something else that we should be focusing on related to this particular topic. I think because that's just how I feel. That's just my antennas going up,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is clips from the NRA. So they went ahead and did it. I would have pushed this back. These people got big donkey nuts. Being at the environment that we're in right now, they should have pushed this thing back a week or 2 weeks.
Stops armed bad guys is armed good guys.
And unlike some, I didn't disappoint you by not showing up.
Secure our schools. We should have multiple armed police officers.
Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez, Eliana Cruz Torres.
You have defunded the police, derided the police. Or, if need be, military veterans trained to provide security and keep our children safe.
Eva Morales Irma Garcia.
What the fuck was up with the gong?
As we all know, what stops armed bad guys is armed good guys.
And unlike some, I didn't disappoint you by not showing up.
Secure our schools.
Who the hell is that guy?
We should have multiple armed police officers.
Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez.
What the fuck is up with the gong, bro? Are they trying to be
Eliana Cruz Torres.
You have defunded the police, derided the police. Or, if need be, military veterans trained to provide security and keep our children safe.
Eva Morales Irma
The Black Republican
Garcia.
thing is really kind of like blowing up. Oh, okay, I'm not going to suffer y'all through that again. What, do you have any comments, Deuce, on that?
I mean, the only thing I heard was the only way to stop bad guys with guns is good guys with guns. I mean, what they said. Now, I do agree with, maybe having veterans or somebody. If they don't have the law enforcement power or manpower to do it, then we need somebody to protect these schools.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, though, bro. Motherfuckers running up in schools. This is just, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, why run up in a school? I don't know, bro. it's sad all the way around. It's just I don't know.
I think I'm gonna start getting into some of these videos. Did you see? I sent some
Come
more
on,
stuff.
fucking idiot. Oh my god, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I already know, man. These people are retarded out here. Every time I get on the road, I be like,
Get off! Move! What are you doing? Get off my car! He's still on my car. Get the fuck off my car.
I shouldn't laugh. That's fucking not funny.
This motherfucker jumps on my car. Gets right in front of my car. Get off! Move! What are you doing? Get off my car! He's still on my car. Get the fuck off my car. Good.
God forgive
This motherfucker jumps on.
He fell so slowly. Oh my god. Bro, why is everybody so crazy, man? We living in fucking Babylon, man. It's nothing makes sense.
Yeah, it's nuts out here, bro.
Answer. Oh, the misnomer Indian and Native American, etc., were and are fictitious social and political creations of European sociologists and the many deceptive historian descendants of the colonial inquisitionists and crusaders. The words Indian, Negro, Black, Color, Ethiopian, etc., were and are brands and tags, which are coined by way of calculated, sordid mental sorcery. Psychic attacks were conceived and propagated to steal the birthrights of the Aboriginal Moors of Americanos, America. Moorish Latin, English.
I don't know about that.
So,
There's
man, what are your thoughts on that NRA meeting shit, dude? Like,
like I
didn't
said,
really get it. I guess I would have had to hear the whole
right.
deal
They did
to kind of
those,
form an opinion.
those clips were, those clips were to make them look sound crazy. So, in defense of them, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really take much from those little clips. You did hear what they said on them, but of course that gives you an idea of what the conference went like, you know what I'm saying? But what I would say is, like I said, I think that they should have pushed it back a bit just because of the climate. No matter what, it was going to be made political because of the environment that we're in. You know what I'm saying? And so anybody that spoke at the thing, they're going to use in a political way. So that's why I say they should have pushed it back. But, the whole thing with the NRA anyways is, the NRA is all about selling guns, okay? And that's what it's really about. So whenever they have these conventions and gun shows and meetings, they're all the ultimate goal of all of that shit is to sell more guns. Okay. And I think that a lot of people don't be understanding, like I said about the internet being the opposite, because this is all, I bet you they mentioned it in the meeting. This is good for gun sales. You know what I'm saying? They might not be happy about the shooting or support it or whatever, condone it or anything. But at the end of the day, because people are terrorized, they're going what are they going to do?
Buy more guns.
Buy more guns. So this benefits because, okay, so the NRA is not supposed, they don't sell guns, right? So yeah, they don't sell guns. The NRA is an organization or club, therefore.
But all this stuff is tied together. You know what I'm saying? They all work together as a team. You know, that's how you're successful at anything. You know what I'm saying? You have a publicist, you have like the NRA is like the publicist for gun manufacturers. You know what I'm saying? They give them a good face. You know what I'm saying? A facelift. They make them look pretty. That's what they are. They're like the publicists, you know. What do they do? Like the people, like they reevaluate your appearance in public. Like, you know what I'm saying? They, whenever your brand is tarnished, you call these people and they come try to fix it for you. You change your name and you do some philanthropy stuff. You donate to some charitable donations and stuff, and you try to get your image different. So that's what it is. So that's what the NRA does for gun manufacturers, because it's hard to look good as a gun manufacturer. You know what I mean? Really and truthfully. Because especially if what you make is used to like let's say the gun that you make is the one that's most commonly used in gas station robberies or something. You know what I'm saying? And it could be pulled up and fact checked. And then so like you kind of have a problem in marketing if you're already known to be used for gas station robberies. Does that make any sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what the NRA really is. So that's what I think. And I, you know, this is me giving a class right here, but I think a lot of things is people don't really understand what's happening. You can't look at things on face value and really understand what's happening. You kind of got to dig a bit. Let's see what Abbott is saying here.
To be inaccurate. And I'm absolutely livid about that. And when I came out here on this stage and told the public what happened, it was a recitation of what people in that room told me, whether it be law enforcement officials or non-law enforcement officials, whatever the case may be. And as everybody has learned, the information that I was given turned out in part to be inaccurate. And I'm absolutely livid about that. And when I came out here on this stage and told the public what happened, it was a recitation of what people in that room told me, whether it be law enforcement officials or non-law enforcement officials, whatever the case may be. And as everybody has learned, the information that I was given turned out in part to be inaccurate.
So what actually is he talking about? Is he talking about the shit related to the shooting as far as the cops and how they dealt with the situation afterwards? This dude looks like he's under a lot of pressure. Look at how his shirt is all open. He's under pressure right now. He feels stressed. And those words were kind of all over the place. And he's usually very, very, very succulent or whatever, you know? He sounded a little rattled in that clip. Let me read the comments. It says, this is KPRC2. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said Friday we was misled about what happened in the Uvalde shooting massacre and that he is absolutely livid about that. So what? Okay, let's see. Are they going to clear that up some? Can we go? I need to know more. What are they talking about? Because is it because of all this talking about what they did, the cops did afterward? On-site believed the Uvalde shooter was barricading the classroom, that the children were not at risk, and that they had time to organize. Talking about it was a mistake. So yeah, that is what he's talking about. Let me see. Let me read these are the comments underneath this post on Instagram. It says, best performance yet, vote him out. You're about to lose your job. You're about to lose your job. Everybody's fault but yours, as usual. He needs to go. So your staff doesn't fact check information flowing into the governor's office. Lies. And you, Greg Abbott, allowed the 18-year-old to lawfully buy those weapons and proceed to murder those children. How is it him?
that is a focal point. You let him lawfully purchase you a weapon, a war weapon, and guess what? We are livid. Protect and serve, and this watered down. I'm not gonna read no more comments. These are all idiots. Let's stop. I need to know more about this right here, because if Abbott, let me pull up YouTube. If Abbott is saying that he's under pressure like a motherfucker. Let me see. Anybody talking about damn, Tim Black is talking about it, but he's live right now. Can't do that. Fucking hold on, it's gotta be something here. For an hour and 20 minutes, he was inside the shooters alive. Set the record straight. Uvalde County attorney shuts down. What is this? Uvalde County attorney shuts down rumors about Uvalde shooters connected to. What is that? This is not what I want. Hold on, y'all. Let me share the screen. I'm going to scroll a bit and look for something. This one is set the record straight. Uvalde County attorney shuts down rumors about Uvalde shooter connected to what? Why would anybody trust Uvalde County attorney? Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. I want to know about Abbott. Controversy for Georgia gun maker. Let's see. Abbott. Comments on Uvalde. Abbott comments on Uvalde. Police. Not gonna work. 2 days ago, Texas Governor Abbott calls out Uvalde shooting intolerable. We saw that. Texas school shooting. Abbott gives update. This is 2 days ago. Nope. 6 hours ago. Here we go. Governor Abbott addresses Uvalde police response.
Just a few hours ago, Governor Greg Abbott responded to all of this. He says he is livid about the police response.
Adam Bennett is in Uvalde tonight. Adam joins us now. The governor says he was misled.
That's right, Lynn. He says he was given conflicting information by other officials a couple days ago before his previous press conference. But since then, he says he's been back in Austin talking with different state agencies about how to best help the people here. That was really the focus of a lot of his press conference today here in Uvalde. The governor said the cost of funerals, all of the funerals, will be covered. He thanked the anonymous donor who offered that $175,000. He also said that the community has an abundance of needs, including mental health. He announced the launch of a toll-free line for people living here in the community. But again, I want to go back to his comments about finding out about what DPS revealed today and his reaction to that. Here's what he had to say.
I was misled. I am livid about what happened. I was on this very stage 2 days ago, and I was telling the public information that had been told to me in a room just a few yards behind where we're located right now. I wrote down hand notes in detail about what everybody in that room told me in sequential order about.
What's up?
And the governor says that there's also been a foundation, a fund set up by the One Star Foundation to assist victims of this shooting. It's similar to the one that was set up after Hurricane Harvey. He says people can donate at onestarfoundation.org. Also today, around this same time as that press conference, State Senator Kel Seliger is calling on the governor to call a special session in response to these shootings. The Republican from Amarillo said that the governor should continue to do so until, in his words, we do something the FBI or DPS believe will lessen the chance of the Uvalde tragedy. Len?
So much happening today, both in Uvalde and here in Houston. Adam, thanks.
Just a few hours ago, Governor Greg
Okay, so we didn't get much information from there. Let's read the comments. A long version of I was just telling you what I was told. He should resign, be recalled, or fired. What a joke he is, a governor of Texas. You will pay for the funerals. Are you willing to pay for the protection of innocent children? The good guys with guns failed us. All this time spent concerned about the children, the poor governor was livid. Prayers and thoughts for Texas. So in this comment, this person says, the good guys with guns failed us. What do you think about that, Deuce? You there? So, that's what they're saying, right? When we played that clip earlier, that's what, who was that? Teddy, Mr. Cruz, he was saying, what stops the bad guy with guns, the good guy with gun. So, I mean, technically you could kind of say that ultimately that is what happened in this situation, but it was after the fact. And a lot of our justice is after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not really justice. Like, we don't focus on preventative measures. We focus on, punitive measures. You know what I'm saying? Punishment, and the punishment is the deterrent. That's the only real deterrence. So, but if people don't care about punishment or they want to die, then that absolutely does not work.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? This comment right here, this person, John Paul Webb, he said, the good guys with guns failed us.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said that statement that he made is like, it's very vague, because it's like, there's not, I don't know, bro. I really don't have a true opinion as of yet. Like, I'm still processing it and thinking about it, but it shows right there that there has been there's been a lack of training, and it's probably because this town doesn't really have much crime or they don't deal with as much, but there has been a lack of training on the behalf of this agency, this law enforcement agency in that town. And from the looks of it, and from what's coming out, the good guys did fail. No, they didn't go within that school and try to stop him. I mean, they're supposed to be trained to, be able to, dodge bullets or whatever, or be able to, maybe I don't really know. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, they should have, I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you would think that with the training that the police are required to go through, that they would have been trained to be able to strategically to enter that school, and basically disable the shooter, whether that's by means of shooting him and to the point to where he or what happened, killing him, whatever needed to take place, whatever measures possible. But to stand outside of the school knowing that there's lives in there that are being lost, bullets are ringing, and they're standing outside, is just, what is their excuse for that? Because they are trained to go into hostile situations. I understand not every law enforcement, not every officer is ex-military. I get all of that. But from my understanding, that's part of their training.
I'm trying to decide here, and I'm not organized because I need to go look at the other fucking list, but I have a list of shit. I was thinking about going over.
If I really connect with that response, but that's just me, just off the dome, just like what I feel. But
I wish I could play John Oliver, but I can't. Putin assassination attempt. Let's go there.
So I mean,
And
what
now
do you
let's talk
think
about
about it, bro? Like, and honesty, you know, like with this story that's going on. I mean, because I understand that the news outlets are amplifying this story that the cops didn't, but there there's a major part of that shit that has to be true. And now for the governor to speak out about it, there must be some factual
That's what I
information
was
that has
thinking.
came out.
That's
So
what I
this
was.
is not some ploy to distract us. This is a complete failure of law enforcement.
When the governor is apologizing, that's when it makes me think it's more legitimate. You know what I'm saying? That he got something he's worried about that's gonna come out or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
didn't think it was fake to begin with, because I immediately felt like these cops was like, man, fuck, you know, whatever their reasoning behind not going into it, you know. I mean, if you want to say, well, hey, they're human like everybody else, then I don't know that they really can pull that card, considering that this is the job that they chose to serve and to protect.
yeah, and somebody should be trained to deal with these situations. I think
Yeah,
a big
because we all know as a police, detective, whatever you want to call yourself, even as a firefighter, there's a chance that you're going to go into a situation and you may not come out of that situation.
and you know that's what you signed up for. But what I'm saying is, all the money. This is the argument that I can make. Is all the money. People talk about defund the police, and everybody gets all mad when people say these comments. But they said 40% of that whole little town's budget was went to policing, and the police couldn't handle an intense situation properly. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about training. So where the hell is all the fucking money going? You know what I'm saying? They need to be spending more of that on fucking training, or more on hiring better personnel or something like that. The fuck are y'all doing with that money?
Weaponry, or let's just say, okay, they say 40% of the town's budget, then that goes to the police. So then, I guess the only really, you know, I guess you would have to say, okay, well, how much is this town's budget? How much is their yearly budget that they get?
That don't
You
even
know,
matter,
is
because
it
different
enough?
cities have different budgets, and a lot of the cities in the United States budget is around like that, somewhere in that area. And that is a huge portion. Like, I don't think anything else is even there, like in that area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like their biggest. I think they might have a
makes me wonder.
municipality or something like that. When I was looking at the numbers years ago, I think it was something related to municipals, utilities, or some shit like that. But and then it was policing. So all of these cities,
Why
it's their
wasn't
biggest.
my thing is, why wasn't the tactical team, you know, dispatched, you know, when this shit, you know, when this 911 call first came in, you know, this is at a school. I think in a situation like this, where someone is at a school or inside of a store, and people are reporting to 911 that it's, you know, these type of calls. I mean, that there's, hey, it sounds like a machine gun, an automatic rifle that's going off, and it's at Robb Elementary School. Why wasn't the tactical team dispatched at that point in time? At the, you know, or
And what they're
where were
saying,
they? Because it took them 90 minutes to arrive to the school. So does this town not have a tactical team, and they have to use the town next to them?
What they're saying now is that it was a miscommunication, and they wasn't aware of the situation of how it actually was, or whatever. Like that the guy was barricaded and there was kids in there or something like that. Like whatever. They're saying that they wasn't the situation. They wasn't aware of the situation, like the severity of the situation, or how, you know, they didn't have intel. Basically, they wasn't communicating well. That's what they're saying. But that's still, regardless, if that's true, then that's still fucked up. Like, what do you get paid for? What is your job? If my job was to fucking deal with these situations, then they would fire me,
because they would say you're not doing your job.
But in my mind and my way of thinking, that's still no excuse.
That's what I'm saying.
They reported that there is gunshots at a elementary school. Tactical team, SWAT, whoever should have been dispatched. Should have been damn near the first on the scene, if not the first on the scene. How is it that a border patrol officer that heard the shots ringing out, that heard the shots ringing out, or possibly heard the calls over the radio? I don't know exactly, but he heard it or whatever. He arrives there. He goes in and takes this guy out. You look like 100 fucking cops standing outdoors, and not one of them went in that building. There's no excuse, Chucker. There's no.
Well,
excuse,
like
bro.
I say, I gotta know more about it, But Abbott looked a little rattled, so that's. I think that's an indication.
For Abbott to be rattled, it's a disgrace. Not no indication. This is a disgrace. This shit happened in his backyard. He's the governor of this state. He was lied to. Law enforcement failed those children and those teachers that lost their lives that day. They failed, bro, and it's a disgrace, And then people like, well, he was allowed to buy this weapon under, like, what the fuck? He could have went and bought that shit off the street. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if buying guns is on the state level or if that's a federal mandate. You can buy a gun at 18. I know you can't buy cigarettes until you're 21 and alcohol until you're 21. So that's a federal thing. That's a federal law in the United States. So, states don't supersede federal. Right or wrong.
Yeah. But they always be talking about states' rights. So it's really an argument, actually, because the power is supposed to go to the states. So there's an argument there. But let me do a little intermission segue before we move on. So I got a couple little clips that I want to touch on right quick. Let's do this one first.
Is some sort
But you're not even black game, mate. Pull out game, mate. We got just don't pull out Kanye by now.
The thing that black people want from Kanye is some sort
But
of
you're not even black. How you gonna tell me what black people? Wait, time out. Stop right
But
there.
he wants-
Whoa.
All right, hold on. Let me go to this post.
But you're not even black. How you gonna tell me what black people? Wait, time out. Stop right there. Whoa. Wait. Let's
fucking mad
I
at
know,
him,
but
right?
hold on a second. Let's just rewind to a point you just made.
I'm not even mad at him. I get why everybody
But
else
let's-
is mad at him
I
because
know,
he's
but-
not making a good argument.
But clearly, let's address this. You just said what black people want. That's what you just said.
He's aware of what black people want from him that they're not
Wait a
getting.
second. Question. How crazy does it sound for a white man to tell a black man what black people want?
And there it is. 2 points I want to address real quick. One, the audacity of this white man trying to tell black people what we want when all we've ever said is that we want reparations. And number two, the white girl just swerving out the camera. See, that's the silence of white people. She could have stayed 10 toes down, but she said, oh no, this segment's too hot. I don't want to upset my white counterpart.
Oh, Kanye by now.
The thing that black people want from Kanye is some sort
But you're
of
not even black. How you gonna tell me?
What you think about that, Deuce?
Bro, I couldn't even make out what they were saying that black people wanted.
Well, he was just saying, he was talking about reparations, but that was beside the point. The point is that there was a white guy saying what black people want. Damon Dash was like, hey, you're not a black dude, so you're not in a position to be, saying what black people want. Like,
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's the basic thing. And then the other guy was analyzing the video. So, but the basic point of what Dame Dash was saying is like, hey, how you gonna say what black people want like so confidently?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's true. Nah, I don't think any of them have a position to say that. Because
And that
most
type
of what they think that we want is going off of mainstream media and that fucking bullshit narrative that they push.
And that exactly, it is really frustrating me a lot. Like, not even on the racial side, it's really like because of the liberals, right? They spoon feed, they bottle feed people. They're like, oh, I know what you need. Like, I know how to help you or whatever. I need to, you need to do this or whatever. Like, da 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 da. And a lot of times they're fucking oblivious to what's fucking reality and what's actually happening. You know what I'm saying? And really what they're doing is feeding their own ego only. It's like when you give it to homeless people and you video it and post it online for likes and shit. It's like you didn't do that to help anyone or whatever. You did that for your own, feeding your own ego, period. And that's what the liberals do, but they mind fuck themselves into thinking that they're doing like philanthropy or charity or actually helping people or whatever. And I think it's the most sinister shit fucking ever.
Yeah. I feel like, like, bro, I remember as a kid going down, with the church organization, feeding the homeless and giving them blankets and doing shit like that. Like we wasn't out there getting, having somebody film that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to give back, first of all, if I want to give back to people, I don't even need my name announced. Like, just know that an anonymous person gave to a good cause that's going to help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, following me around the streets of Houston or whatever city I'm in with a fucking camera, a GoPro camera, or whatever kind of camera you filming me with, showing me opening up doors of trucks and handing out shit to homeless, like that, what the fuck? Like,
you're immediately diminishing your karma anyways. You're canceling it out.
They're looking for a fucking Ellen or somebody to call them onto the show. You were in the homeless. Oh my God. And we're going to give you a check for $500,000 to help with that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
Like, thank you. Now I'm gonna go buy me a house. Appreciate it. A big, big house. And I ain't gonna let no homeless people in it.
Yeah. Like, I don't need to film that shit, bro. Just do because it's on your heart. You felt led. You felt led. The universe spoke to you, and you felt led. You felt a conviction, and you went out there and you helped people. You gave to charitable causes that's gonna help the lives of people in your community.
And you did it.
You don't need to be
out the kindness of your heart, for not looking for any kind of return out of it.
Yeah.
But you are getting a return, just because if you do it like that and you do it straight out the, from the bottom of your heart, then there goes your, good karma, if you will. You know what I mean? Some people like to say blessings or whatever, like, and it's really true. That's how it works, but the moment you talk about it, you diminish it, and there goes, you might as well not have done it at all. I mean, so that's just what it is. That's
like, it's kind of off topic, but it takes me back to like these actors, these actors and movie actors, movie stars, same thing, but actors or movie stars, however you want to call them, or athletes or whatever, and they go back and they give to these, white colleges and all of this stuff, and then the minute their name is brought up in the scandal, they're not giving you your money back. But they're gonna take your name down. If that building that you funded to have built has your name on it, your name is being stripped down, without even being tried in the court, to prove your innocence. Like
public opinion.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, bro, like, I would just rather give back. That's why, like, you notice like all of these big time dope boys that actually back.
Damn, you're breaking up.
You know what I'm saying? Like your Frank Lucases and all of them that, like, bro, you just give back. Because at the end of the day, we know, like, why are you looking for gratification from others? Like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You giving off your own strength, bro, because you felt led in your heart, like, bro, I have more than enough. Let me help these people.
And you know what you did when people build in the community and they buy houses and all of that stuff, and they know what they did. They drive by and they know what they did. It doesn't matter, you know. You got that feeling, and when you lay down in the bed at night, see, that's what I wonder about a lot of people. These people that go around, they're so empty inside. How the hell do they sleep at night?
Yeah. Shit, they sleep peacefully, dog. Because in their mind, they have mind fucked themselves to the point that everything that they're doing is right.
But I think that these people are miserable still. They're miserable as hell because if you're empty, you're empty. Your life is empty. And I was thinking about it earlier today, how like, you know, you got people out here that don't really care about nothing. Like they don't care about themselves. They don't care about their children. They don't care about being alive. Like they don't care about anything at all. You know what I mean? And if that's you, then you're fucking miserable as fuck.
No.
You're miserable as hell. You might lie to yourself and say that you're not, but you're fucking miserable. If you don't care about nothing, you're miserable.
Yeah.
I got another one from this another random little clip. Let me play this one.
Just don't pull out, bitch.
Oh, no.
Or you motherfuckers that want to know I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out. Just talking about my motherfucking kids. You niggas got 3 or 4 and don't do a motherfucking thing. Ain't shit weak over here. My pockets ain't weak and my dick soul ain't weak, bitch ass nigga. You pussy ass nigga sitting there talking. Ain't got a motherfucking dollar in your pocket. Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket. Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket. But you want to talk that shit. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. Fuck you mean, bitch. I'm still that nigga. When you get like me, then you gonna fuck with me, bitch. That's all I got to say, nigga. You niggas will never be me. Quit trying to run behind because you fuck the same bitch I fuck with. That don't make you me. It will never make you me. I gain my.
Okay, so this has been floating around the internet. It lately gone viral, and that's why he's responding, because it says father of 33 children goes off on everyone criticizing him for having a lot of kids. And I saw a headline from, you know, Willie D does like a show. Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, and he's been doing it for a while. He covers this like gossip kind of like emotion, sensationalized, like a lot of it is freaking like making black people look bad or whatever, even though he feels like he's coming from a good position, but mostly it's just like saying black people suck. So but the headline was, you know, father with 33 children, and you know, like something derogatory about it. I can't remember, but I saw that, and then later on I saw this clip, and so anyway, so this thing is floating around. The guy has 33 kids. Let me read some comments underneath it. This is Dr. Bill Watkins' post off of Instagram. He posted this. It's a repost that he modified. So, but yeah, anyways, these are the comments underneath it. It says, last question, was this all planned or does he just like a lot of sex? Bigger question to ask, assuming he can afford at least $1,000 per child in monthly child support, kids are expensive. 1, is each child getting the time and attention they deserve from their father, or is he just the breeder? How is everybody doing in terms of STDs? That's a lot of unprotected sex. Why does he feel the need to cuss out the entire internet and throw money around? A handful of cash doesn't mean you have everything you need. Sometimes it's there to fill an even deeper insecurity. Besides that, this is his choice. I would love to talk to the mothers and the kids to see how it's all going, but I wish them good luck. That's a lot of work. Here's another comment. It says, he does have a legacy, but what legacy are you creating? Any man can be a baby daddy, but not all baby daddies are fathers. Is this going to be a legacy of prosperity or generational curses? I don't know the answer to these questions, but I'd be curious to hear his response.
Let me read some more. It says, so a black man standing in his fatherhood and y'all bash him and turn it into a joke. Like he said, some of you have 1 to 4 and can't do right. The Duggars get a show, but our own get ridiculed. Sad. It says, my stock market game ain't weak. I don't pull out. Is that related? It says, if he bought all his kids lunch at the same time, all that cash will be gone. Oh, that was mean.
That's why that's like, this dude got 30 kids. Hell, some of them could be grown by now, bro. Like, this is the thing, man, and this is why, like, I don't post shit about my life on social media, because when you post it, you leave yourself open for rhetoric and dumb motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude could be, could actually be able to provide a life for all of his children. They don't know what kind of hustle he got. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it take, you know what I'm saying? And he very well could be in the lives of all of his children. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
there's a picture in the
I
photo.
don't like that bullshit, because it's like
in the clip,
motherfuckers tell me this shit like, oh, well, you on the road, you providing, but you're not there with your kids all the time. Bro, me and my kids, we have a relationship. I'm not always at home with them, but we have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? When my kids are having fucked up days, things that they're going through, questions that they have, we talk. We have family time, and we talk. And, when I'm away from the road, like, when I'm away from the house, I don't even like shit like that, because you don't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say motherfucking people need to mind their own fucking business, bro. But at the end of the day, if he posted that he has these kids and put that shit out there, he left it open for the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. I know motherfuckers out here, white, black, Hispanic, whatever nationality, that's got one child that can't do shit for him, ain't gonna do shit for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are y'all even in this dude business anyway? Like, they don't know. That's why I tell motherfuckers, like, bro, you don't know what it take for me to put food on my table. And when I say put food on my table, I'm not necessarily talking about food. I'm talking about all of the necessities that it takes to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate shady motherfuckers like that, and it probably was a bunch of females talking shit, bunch of dudes talking shit that ain't doing shit for their kids, bro. Like, I don't like that kind of shit. It's like, and my thing is, dude, and then to spark back at him, I understand that he's frustrated and mad about what people saying about him, but really and truly, I'm gonna tell you like this here, King, you just kind of, in a sense, belittled yourself, because you made yourself look ignorant with the cussing, with the flashing of the money. You made yourself look ignorant as a king. If you handling your business, man, fuck these motherfuckers saying out here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
To respond. And
that's like motherfuckers ask my wife all the time. Motherfucker had the nerve to ask me, "Oh, where's church?" That like, and she had my husband. He works. He provides. His job takes him away. Like, motherfuckers always in people business. But I will say to you, as a father, as a king, man, you really kind of belittled yourself, bro. Real talk. By even, because you look ignorant in the court of public opinion. That's what they want to see you do. They want to see you act ignorant and get out of character.
And that's what it is. It's like, don't chimp out, to make you act like a gorilla, make you act like a monkey. But I wanted to mention in the clip, it has a picture of all the kids together. So, and I think he's in the picture too. So, again, how many fathers out there probably ain't got no pictures with them and their kids, together, or all their kids together, whatever. I always feel some kind of way when I get all my kids together, because they got separate lives. So it really is a feat to get them all together.
I mean, that's fine, bro, but that's where you as the father, You know what I'm saying? You gotta set that. You gotta set that foundation, and you gotta let them know, hey, look, man, I understand y'all all got your own individual lives. Y'all got your own thing that y'all doing, but when we together, we a family, and we, you know what I'm saying, and we move as such. You know what I'm saying? You honor your brother. You know what I'm saying? And your brother, you know, as a brother, you honor your sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all keep it pushing that way. You know, it doesn't have to be any type of separatism. You know, I understand everybody has their own life. They all moving in whichever manner, you know, that they're moving in. But when we come together, we together. You know what I'm saying? And it's togetherness. You know, you have to build that foundation and put that structure. 'Cause at the end of the day, you still a father, no matter how grown they are. Like, bro, I'm still your father. Like, you gonna respect me. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And you gonna respect my values and what I stand for.
I have another clip. Let me go to it. Let me see. I don't even remember what it is. What is it? Oh, that's the music one. Oh, what is this one? Oh, yeah, this is the guy with the TV. Yeah, let's go to this.
So this is the first television in the world that uses self-power to say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television it is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered. So as you can see right now, I'm powering this television. So this is the first television in the world that uses self-powered say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television it is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered.
Self-powered. I love the way they talk. The video on this is terrible. When I watched this, I could see it much better. I don't know why. I don't remember what I was watching it on. Must have been on my phone. Anyways, it says just in, top Zimbabwean innovator rushed to hospital after being poisoned. So apparently this clip is saying that this guy who came up with this TV got rushed to the hospital after being poisoned. And we were just talking about the guy who created the water car, and he was shot in the grocery store. And some people think that that was a hit. The mass shooting was a cover for a hit. And it's kind of interesting. That's the reason why this came down my timeline. And because we were already talking about the other guy, I thought this was interesting right here. What do you think about that, Deuce? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that I don't know, man. You know, when you, I mean, it's possible, bro. But you know, I think when you start talking about that, you go down conspiracy lane. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Same thing with the shooting, the guy. Same thing with that idea, because I said that in the show. The same thing with the guy saying that the guy with the water car.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, bro. When I spoke on that, I said that I believe that it's very possible. I don't put that I don't feel like that's outside of the realm of the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? And I would say the same thing for this guy here. You know. So is, you know, they try to lead you to they try to have you to believe that this is just, this is some coincidental type of shit, but I think it goes a little bit deeper than a coincidence.
Yeah, I don't know. The internet is so full of shit like this that I always skeptical. Let me read the comments. It says, they kill all of the black people that are brilliant. They don't want us to drive without gas. They don't want us to have free energy. They don't want us to have everything that is abundant in the world and free. I agree with most of that because I think that it is a pressure on anything that's, cheaply produced or whatever, that they can't find ways to get profit. They want to find ways to get profit out of everything. And if there's not enough profit in it, they're not interested in it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the fundamental issues with our system that needs to be fixed. Profit, 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 profit. Profit should not be in everything. It says, so now YouTube is going to enhance it as if they, hold on, came up with the idea. Oh, I think they're trying to say, whatever. So true. I hope he recovers. Is he okay? Shaking my head. Keep Wakanda secrets in Wakanda. Hold on. Suck at this. Keep Wakanda secrets in Wakanda. God revealed the secrets to build up Africa. Stop posting what's supposed to restore your power. What? They want us to rely on them for everything, but for real, we got to stop showing them the left hand what the right hand is doing. It says, so what are we going to do about it? Don't blame them. Blame us for being weak-minded and afraid. So what's the guy's status at this point? It says he was poisoned, but it doesn't say he was killed. It says, first of all, we need to stop using their means of communication if we are to protect our people. Go back to hand and word of mouth. By the time it gets to them, we will be done. Had an army around our key players ready for whatever. We have to move smarter. And they don't want to lose money. Tag this guy's social media for us, please. Where is he now? They're going to steal the idea and say it's from China. What happened when Cosby tried to buy NBC and Global Media Company? Not just black inventors, but all that go against the system. It's crazy how all of them be in one place at one time. I wonder, did they know each other? I didn't get that comment. Same thing happens every time somebody comes up with a way for a car to run powered only by water. See, funny that dude said that, because that's really what made me look at this anyways. Seem like we need to stop airing out our laundry in the public, if you catch my drift. Y'all ain't gonna say his name. Honestly, we're killing ourselves. How is it we are genius enough to create these things, but not genius enough to keep it off social media? These things need to be developed in secret. Yeah. Anyways, I don't really have much comments for that. And then I have
and that's
this.
why I say, that's why I don't like the fact of you got these food travel people that go, are these people that want to learn about different tribes and shit, like, because I watch, like, I'm into like food, you know what I'm saying, and I like to try to make different stuff, and I like to see what other people are eating, and how they prepare things and things of that nature. And then, I watch some of these shows, and then it's like I had like this aha moment one day, and just thinking about how a lot of these different tribes and, in their own little villages, there's very few of them left, like very, very few of them left, and I was thinking, like, maybe these tribes need to stop allowing these fucking folks into their areas to film them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, they
because
might
it's
not
like,
have the power to, like, what they're gonna do? They gotta kill, like, those people that's on that island that kill everybody that come over there. Maybe that's what they should do, right? Because how are they gonna? Some of these people don't know nothing about cameras. They don't even know what it is. Like, they don't even know they're being recorded.
Yeah, that's just like the dude, the white guy went over there. Mike Tyson was talking about that shit. Like he went over there, like he was some type of missionary or something, and he went over there, and them folks had never seen a white person. That's why they were. You seen how intrigued they were with him. They kept rubbing his hair, pulling his hair, and they killed him, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you, just some things are just, these tribes, bro. Like, I just think that they should not allow, and I believe they do have the power to keep these people away because you don't see the fucking governments of their country in the countries they're in going over there fucking with them.
Well, yes, they do, and I cover this kind of stuff. This is my area right here. So, like, what happens? Like, let me give you an example. Like, let's say South America is one of the places where they have actual, real, untouched tribes, people that have never seen other people, like civilized people, what you would consider civilized, whatever. Let me do quotation marks. Cell phones and all of this stuff. So yeah, so what happens is, like, let's say there's a company who they get lumber and they have specific timbers that they're looking for and shit. These are the rainforests. This shit is so vast. It's hard for you to wrap your head around a sea of fucking trees that has not been developed. There's no roads, nothing. So, anyways, you go in and you taking trees, and a lot of times this is land that, like, a lot of times they don't even have to pay for this stuff, bro. Like, people don't know what they're doing. So they go in there, they're stealing trees basically. And what happens is sometimes they come across untouched tribes. So
the government know what they're doing. People are in there, around there, may not know what they're doing, but they're not just going over there without the government.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. So,
Like
yeah.
the same
So
shit in Africa.
yeah. So, but what happens is they run into these untouched tribes and they'll kill them. They murder them. Who's gonna know? Who knows? Who knows? What fucking evidence? What tribe? They didn't even know they existed.
Yeah.
They have military with them all the time. That movie, what's the name, kind of breaks. It's really good. What is it called? It's called
Avatar.
No, it's called Avatar is good. But what I was thinking of, I think it's called Inferno. The Green Inferno, or just Inferno, something like that. It's not that old of a movie. It's fairly recent, few years. And they were over there in some kind of, like, maybe it was South America, and these were like cannibals or whatever the people were supposed to be. But they showed how, in that movie, they showed how they do it and how the people, like, basically they kill those people, and they have military people with them to take care of this. They have, like, security details. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are in the way. Like, this is probably where they live. They want to come in and take these trees. These people live here. That is a lot like the story of Avatar. That's exactly the story. And so just kill them. Why not? Like, there's big money being made. And these indigenous tribes don't nobody even know they're there. Like, it's like squishing a bug. So yeah, they're it's true. The untouched tribes. The thing is, what they try to do is create these parks and stuff to protect them. So that way, it's like nobody can go in there legally. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they protect some of the untouched tribes, because they know that they're there, like the areas and stuff. So, but there's very few untouched tribes now because, what happens is people find them and then they give away the locations because, like, you can fly over these areas. Because, like I say, a lot of these areas are inaccessible, really. You can't drive to them. There's no boats because there's no real, transversible rivers and stuff like that. So it's really, like, totally inaccessible. You have to take plane, helicopter or something. Or hike for like 100 miles. You know what I'm saying? So That's the problem. But people, you know, we got technology, so people have GPS systems and what do you call it, the longitude, and all of that kind of shit, and they can get like fly over the area and maybe take pictures from the sky and so. But that's how the conservation and
But I
people
think
do.
with the technology that they have today, especially all these world powers, I think that they know these areas are where these people are. They may not speak up on it, but with all of the satellite imaging that they
Well,
have,
some of it they do know. That's what I was saying. But some they literally don't know because even with the satellites, you got a forest. You can't see in there. You can't see in there. It has a canopy on the top of it.
yeah, I feel you. I got you.
Let me.
It's crazy, bro. I think they should stop letting motherfuckers come in and film that shit. It's like the one dude that wanted to film the people, this tribe that are known for like eating humans, and he went over there, but that dude was trying to eat his ass.
Yeah, the cannibal thing is so racist, and I wrote some papers about that shit. But anyways, let me play this. I think this is cute.
Six. Shit. 966.
Shit. This chick is so sick. I've been following her for a while. She plays hip hop, so not just hip hop songs, but like anything. I think she's classically trained on that. I forget what you call this instrument, but it's so nice. It's so nice how she does that shit. Man, if I had one of those beats that she made, I would fucking. But she's blown up. So y'all check her out. Let me see. Is this her right page? CC Zhu. And the page is CC Zone. It's CC Zhu is her name. Artist, producer, Zingtronic. Anyways, I just wanted to plug her shit because her shit is fucking sick. I don't know if I can get away with playing. I'm going to play a couple more. That shit is so sick.
Yeah.
That shit is so sick. Anyways, y'all check her out. I had to plug her. I've been checking her out for a while, and I kind of wanted to plug her on the show for a while. I saw it earlier, so hopefully y'all go check her out. I hope I don't get in trouble for playing that shit. I really wanted to play some more of it, but most likely they might get me for that. I sent some videos. Let's go into the Putin video. I'm not gonna stay on here too long tonight. I work all day to fucking tomorrow. So let's start. I'm gonna start speeding through these segments. But here's Putin assassination attempt. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that story earlier. I didn't watch anything on it, but I heard it. It popped up on my Apple News.
Yeah, let's play this.
Russia. For the last couple of weeks, there have been numerous reports about the health and safety of the Russian president. Now, another report has emerged. It claims that Putin survived an assassination attempt. The report is based on the assertion of a Ukrainian official. He says there was a plot to murder Putin. Who was behind this plot? Our next report tells you.
Did Vladimir Putin survive an assassination attempt? It's a question many in the West are asking, courtesy Major General Kirill Budanov, the chief of Ukraine's defense intelligence. 2 days back, he made a startling claim. He said there was an attempt to murder Putin. By whom? No one knows. And when exactly? 2 months back, says Mr. Budanov. Here's what he told a Ukrainian newspaper on Tuesday. There was an attempt to assassinate Putin. He was even attacked, it is said, by representatives of the caucus not so long ago. This is non-public information. It was an absolutely unsuccessful attempt, but it really happened. It was about 2 months ago. There was no publicity about this event, but it took place. What basis of these claims? There is none. Budanov has refused to provide any credible evidence. The only thing in his favor is the fact that he is a Ukrainian intel official, someone who's said to know a thing or two about Russia's internal affairs. But his claims have not been confirmed by global bodies, neither NATO nor American intelligence, and they are not sticking their neck out to back Budanov. They're treating it for what it is, an assertion. But if it is true, this will not be the first time that Putin faced such an attempt. In the past, there have been at least 2 high-profile attempts on his life. The first one was on the 2nd of March 2008, the day Russia held its presidential elections. Putin was attending an open-air concert on St. Basil's Slope. A Tajik man was sent to murder him. The attempt failed. The man was nabbed by Russia's Federal Security Service. The second attempt came in February 2012. 2 mercenaries were nabbed from Odessa, a seaport in the Black Sea. They were both from Russia's North Caucasus. They belonged to a group seeking an Islamist state within Russia. Their plan was to go to Moscow and kill the president. Their efforts failed, thanks to Russian security services. These were just 2 instances. There could have been other attempts as well. But given Russia's state of secrecy, it's hard to state an exact number. What we can say for sure is that Putin has indeed become paranoid for his safety. Reports in recent months have described him as being increasingly isolated. They say he has started surrounding himself with a very small group of advisors and security personnel. What does he fear? A coup or an attempt at his life? Only he knows best.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Yeah, let me see some comments. These are like childish attempts for him. He has seen too many already. His statement, a man destined to be hanged will not drown, explains perfectly. I don't really get that, but there have probably 20 plus confirmed attempts on him since 2004. The lesson is that when it comes to something as profoundly difficult as security sector reform, the UN Security Council must keep in mind the limitations of UN peace operations and either scale up their commitment or just get out of the security reform game in post-conflict zones. Somebody knows a little bit of what they're talking about there. Right, very accurate coming from a Ukrainian, nonetheless, LOL. It's just a casual stuff for that guy. He has survived hundreds of them. Thanks for his experience as spy. He already survived more than 40 assassination attempts. He's legend. His central insight in the 1978 paper, Cooperation Under the Security Dilemma, was that many of the means by which a state tries to increase its security decreases the security of others. It's not hard to find examples of this in East Asia. That's interesting right there. Many of the means by which a state tries to increase its security decrease the security of others. So, but I don't know if that has to be. I think that that's true, but I don't know that that is what it has to be. You know, just because, for me to be more secure means I have to be more aggressive, basically, is what I translate that to be. Anyways, that was an interesting comment. That's the same person that made that other comment earlier that I said was, who is this person? So they probably got some kind of, he's got more comments too. Anyways, let me keep reading. It says, laying the shock absorbers down to cushion the shock, or if when it actually happens, the U.S. and the Western allies know but cannot admit to approving such actions, as it might give a green light to Moscow to do the same upon them. So they keep the facade up of not knowing or approving, but wish it would happen. I don't know if I really get what you're saying there, buddy. Next comment. To the extent that they've been trying to provide some security, trying to talk to the regional players about security is a smart thing to do. We have a security situation that is really deteriorating by the hour, Graham said. Another comment, it says, they're thinking of assassination. The academy where they learned that Putin is the headmaster there, trying to assassinate an assassin. Laughing emojis. If it was possible to prolong one's life, then we have to have asked God to prolong the life of this man who has stood up against the evil in the West, the evil axis of today. Long live Putin, long live the Federation. Lots of love from Zimbabwe. Wow. I just knew that was going to be a Russian. His name is Raslucky Haji. Wow, that's a real person. Let me read his comment again. He says, if it was possible to prolong one's life, then we have asked God to prolong the life of this man who has stood up against the evil in the West, the evil access of today. Long live Putin, long live the Federation, lots of love from Zimbabwe. Wow. Another comment, it says, if Ukrainian official says that, you can 100% be sure it is a lie. Another comment, it says, if there's no credible evidence, then why are you reporting it? Couple more comments. These comments are great. When asked specifically about the lack of security in parking garages, Capitol Police spokeswoman Kimberly Schneider said she does not discuss security operations, but said the force constantly assesses and reassesses our security procedures and has not ruled out changing them. We had a sense of responsibility in overcoming fear. If Republicans are serious about border security and homeland security, then they have to demonstrate that with actions. And one of the biggest ways to do that is to fund the agencies that are trying to provide homeland security. There's a lot going on in this fucking comment section. I could stay in there forever.
Yeah, they just mad because Putin can't be voted out.
Yeah.
He either got to die or step down, pretty much.
Yeah. And, what I was arguing was the stability of Russia could be related to that. And some of the instability over here in the States could be related to us switching back and forth between Biden and Trump every 4 years.
Yeah.
Learning
a whole lot about this because it's like, as a kid, when they teach you about Russia and shit like that in school, they're like, oh, everybody has to conform to the government. They pay you what they think you're worth. No, as a regular citizen, civilian, you're going to live very poor.
Yeah. Let me go through this. I'm trying to look and find what I sent to make sure I covered everything because this is gonna be the last show of the week. Because I'm not doing one tomorrow. If I can tie it. Ted Cruz. We covered all of this. That's good. What the hell is this? Hold on. We covered that. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me for a second. I want to do some checking here and make sure I covered everything.
Replacement theory, we covered that.
A couple of billion less. We could probably solve a few of the world's biggest.
Hold on. Because I don't know what the title of these until I click on them, because they're just links that I sent out. Beto O'Rourke. I'm getting really efficient at this. I ain't gonna lie. I covered all of this stuff. And I cover stuff in a shorter amount of time now. I like that too. Because I'm trying to like get the show in like segments.
If we had fewer people in the world, a couple
So
of
that
billion.
when I edit them, they're already ready for me to make videos out of them, and I could just.
The world is undergoing industrial transformations. The likes of
Yeah, we covered all of that shit. I fucking didn't finish watching that particular video though, so I might want to touch on that. No,
you can't answer that. You can't.
it's okay. I covered everything that I really wanted to cover this week, so that's good. Yeah. We'll be there too. Fuck. I must have broke on it. Hold on. A little piece of man. I must have broke. Oh wait. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Let me see if it's something else. Can y'all hear me? If it was something else. The American Genocide, that was the other one that I wanted to cover, but it was too long and too dark. I didn't want to fucking. Sometimes I'll be too dark on the show. I don't want to fucking make it too dark. And then people be getting mad at me too, because it's like I'm always talking about, oh, we can cover this. How long is this? 4 minutes. It's perfect. 100 years after Haiti paid. And this has been coming up a lot. I think there's an anniversary for Haitian Revolution or something. I don't know. Something with Haiti keeps popping up for whatever reason.
The island.
Oh, I think it's because of the reparations argument in France and all of that. So anyways, let me play this. I guess we're going to wrap it on this one.
Nation of Haiti often makes headlines in the midst of crisis, but there's less attention paid to the factors underlying its status as the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere and one of the most unstable. The New York Times has conducted an unprecedented investigation into those root causes and is putting a harsh spotlight on Haiti's former colonizer, France. My colleague Ali Rogan has more.
To learn more about this sweeping investigation, I'm joined by Catherine Porter. She's the Toronto bureau chief of the New York Times, and she's been covering Haiti since its devastating 2010 earthquake and led the team that pored over centuries-old documents and archives for this story. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us. How did your team come up with this idea?
Well, as you mentioned, I've been in Haiti since 2010, and I think I've been back more than 30 times. And any journalist that spends any time in Haiti asks the question, like, why is it like this? Why is the poverty so bad? Why is the infrastructure so bad? And why is it so much worse in other countries around it? And the obvious answer is often given as corruption, which is true. But reading a book on one of my trips there, it mentioned this thing called the independence debt that Haiti had paid to France after winning its independence, had then been forced to pay in cash. And it just stirred my, it's planted a seed way back then. And I started looking for more and more information about this.
Yeah, and let's talk about how that independence debt came to be, because I think as some people know, Haiti was founded by former slaves. They overthrew their French colonial rulers in 1804, but not long after that, they ended up paying France. Why?
Yeah, they called it reparations, which is so mind-boggling now. 25 years, at 1825, 21 years after the first Black nation of the Americas was formed, a battalion of French ships arrived with a message from the king, basically saying, Either you give us money or prepare for war. And at that time, Haiti had been completely frozen out. America, the United States would not deal with it. Britain wouldn't acknowledge it. So facing war and desperate for international recognition, the president of Haiti at the time agreed.
Right, and you've dove into how much those so-called reparations would equal in today's money. You also looked into the value that was lost to the Haitian economy because of so much of this money and the interest on these payments going out of the Haitian economy, not going to Haitians. So tell us about those figures.
After we did all that research, we collected the figures, and we were able to extrapolate what the opportunity cost was to Haiti. So if Haiti hadn't grown, if its economy had stayed as stagnant as it had been throughout the 1800s, it would have added 21 billion US dollars to the economy today. If the economy of Haiti had been boosted and grown at the same rate as the average rate of Latin American countries around it, it would have been a staggering $115 billion.
Of course, the United States also has a long and sordid history with Haiti. What did you find out about that relationship?
Well, you know, what was really interesting is that first you had these French colonial masters, and they held a tight grip on Haiti long after independence. And finally, you know, the way that they held on to the financial strings of the country was through the Haitian National Bank. And soon enough, American banks took an interest in the Haitian National Bank because, as we saw increasingly, more and more bankers from around the world saw that this was a place that, despite how poor it was, they could get rich. So we discovered that one of the reasons the United States invaded Haiti and occupied it for a very long time, starting in 1917, was because a bank that is now known as Citigroup had really prodded the State Department to go in and secure its interests in the Haitian National Bank. And that then quickly developed into a full-fledged occupation. So part of the impetus was financial interests of Wall Street bankers.
Catherine Porter with the New York Times, thank you so much for joining us.
That was a very soft and friendly coverage of that topic. Damn, they're going to make me go into that shit next week. Let's read the comment underneath this is PBS NewsHour. This is their caption. It says, Haiti is one of the poorest nations in the Western Hemisphere, yet the reason for that are often overlooked. The New York Times recently conducted an unprecedented investigation into those root causes, which includes revelations about Haiti's former colonizer, France. The Times' Catherine Porter, who led the team that uncovered the story, joins Ali Rogan to discuss. Okay, so she's a New York Times reporter. Oh, comments are turned off. Not surprising. The comments underneath there would have been great. I don't know why, whenever you mention Haiti, it just gets people so fucking riled up. Like they really care about Haitians and what really happened in the history. Like it gets people so fucking riled up. Anyways, I might cover this next week. What you think, Deuce? About to wrap it.
Man, that's crazy. Man, I would need to. I would definitely like to know some more about that. But yeah, that's just crazy how the French pretty much told them basically they extorted the country.
Yeah, and it still continues to this day. I've written multiple papers on this. This is my shit. Like, I'm so fucking sensitive with it because I think that it's so connected to really the plight of Black Americans here in America, especially in the South, the Caribbean, Central America. All of those stories are intertwined. And Haiti is the key. It's the key story to unlock, the history. Why and how everything is the way it is now. And they be talking about Haiti is just a shithole country and its corruption. They've been getting fucked over left and right since independence. I think honestly, they've been getting punished. They embarrassed. They sent freaking Napoleon ass running. They embarrassed because it was like the first black, and then it was like about slavery too, because when you land on Haiti, you are free. And that was a problem. It caused reverberations throughout the West. You know what I'm saying? In all different kinds of, for different reasons. Also, Haiti was the pearl, what they call it? The pearl of Antilles or whatever. They made so much money. Haiti was the most producing plantation or colony probably ever in history.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so much there. I don't know where to even go. Like, it's so much there. But so, like I say, they're the key. So if you want to understand, like, Central America, the banana wars, even immigration, the way they do migration, you know, all of that stuff, the stuff related to slavery, the blacks in the South, because I always a simple connection that you can see is the Creole, right? And you're from Louisiana. The Haitians are Creole, bruh. And a lot of the food, the religions, the traditions, the way they talk, all of that shit is Haitian, bro. In Louisiana. Louisiana is Haitian.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy that Louisiana is still under those old parish laws from back in the day that's meant to lock your black ass away.
What's up, Doc? I can't stay on much longer, bro. I work a double tomorrow. What did we cover today, Deuce? Fill in, Doc.
We covered that story that was coming out about the cops not responding, the misleading information that our governor had received on the Uvalde shooting. We covered the little brief clips from the NRA meeting, which was used against them in a sense, if you ask me. We covered that. We covered Putin having an assassination attempt against his life. What else am I missing? I know I'm missing something.
Yeah, some random stuff. I can't even think straight. I'm tired.
Oh, the guy who has like 30-something kids or some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, did you see any of those clips? What do you think about the Texas shooting as far as Abbott, the pressure on Abbott, and, like, you know, they're talking about the one door, and then basically the cops not going in, and they're, you know, I know we touched on this. I think he was here and we touched on it before, but it's like they're really blowing that up in the media. A lot of people are upset, and it looks like the Abbott being kind of rattled about it in the press conference, to me, kind of gives the story a bit more legitimacy. What do you think about that, Doc?
Oh, I missed that. I was actually trying to catch up on topics.
What was I saying? The Abbott looked kind of rattled in his news conference. We played it a piece of it earlier. And for me, because I was saying that it's kind of like a conspiracy theory, or maybe it's just like the parents are being overreacting because they're just sensitive about their children being, you know, killed, and that's understandable. But seeing Abbott kind of rattled in the press conference made it seem like the story has more credence or legitimacy. The story about the cops not taking care of business went, you know, related to the school shooting. What you think?
Well, you know, like I told you the other day, I'm waiting a couple of days.
So that's what I'm saying too.
And you see why I said I'm waiting a couple of days.
Yeah, because it's totally political, and it probably be like I was saying earlier, no telling, it might be even longer before we start getting any really good information about the topic.
Well, remember, by the time I had left work at 9 o'clock, I had already seen 3 or 4 different numbers and a whole bunch of different statements, conflicting statements as to timelines. That's why I said I'm going to wait because the media's already got control of this. Let's wait for the official announcement.
Yeah, I think that's wise. But are we going to get good information, and how long is it going to take? You know. So yeah, so like, what the hell happened? Really, it's hard to say. And what Doc is saying, because we have these clips, these damn TikToks, and everybody is all sensational and emotional. But again, you've got fucking election cycle, and that's what people are forgetting. And that's probably why Abbott is rattled. Maybe it's not that the police did anything wrong. It's just that there's a political cycle, and Abbott is on the hot seat because, I mean, he could possibly lose his seat. I mean, the chances are slim, I would say, but there's always a chance when there's election, you know what I'm saying, that you could lose.
Hey, man, if Beto ends up winning governor, I could very well end up moving to Florida, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
we're at a place where we're at the place where we can make that choice now.
Yeah, and Beto could win, even though I don't think he will. Like I say, he's lost multiple times before, and the Democrats get paid to lose anyways. So, you know, talking.
Well, fuck it, I'll lose too.
Blowing hot air, and they get paid for it. So, that's what I think is going to happen. And because Texas, when was the last time, you know, anybody won a statewide election that wasn't like Republican in Texas?
Remember, though, we've had a couple of million West Coast people move in over the last 2 or 3 years. All of our major cities, the number of Democratic voters is going up. And this one isn't going to be by county. Governor's not by county. Governor's by total.
Yeah, governor's by state, but it still has those regions. And the way they draw up those regions, it really doesn't matter. They pack those.
The governor doesn't matter. You don't get points for counties with the governor. The governor is a win or lose.
Straight pop? Is it straight popular vote?
Yeah, it's the representatives that have all the weird lines. The representatives and the senators. The governor is an all or nothing vote.
Okay. Yeah, I get confused with that because every state is different with that shit. It gets so fucking confusing. Yeah, so, but I still think
I'll clarify it like tomorrow night.
Yeah. The I might not be on tomorrow night, I ain't gonna lie. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the rural areas run Texas. You know what I'm saying? And it's been that way for a long time. Like, the rural areas in Texas have the power in Texas. It's not the big cities. But a part of that is that, you know, Texas is so fucking huge, and we have all those little towns, and you know, all those little towns add up to a lot of people, because, you know, in Texas, really, we only have a few big states, and big cities, and the rest of the whole state is small towns, right? So the Democratic or liberal folks live within the cities, and in the rural areas, they tend to be more, you know, conservative.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not discrediting what Doc's saying, you know, but I would definitely hate to see the state of Texas be overtaken by Democratic values. Honestly, you know, say what you will about it, man, about Texas and whites and this and this and that, but it's just, I don't know, bro. We kind of stay out of the scenes of all of the other shit that takes place, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like once you get Democrats in there, it's gonna start being more of the bullshit that we're seeing, all these freaking cop shootings, racism starting to go through the roof. you know, they're just gonna drive their narratives in there, and I feel like that's the narrative that they drive, man. And you know, if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But I just feel like that's the narrative that they drive. They're constantly driving that division because they want to take over. They're really pushing for that new world order, one government deal, and fucking over citizens.
Well, Texas is pretty much in play, like Doc was saying, and Texas is really important. So it's one of those dominoes. Like if Texas was to fall on the Democratic side, it would be pretty much a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It would be a wrap for the Republicans.
That's why we need the fucking, yeah. I mean, I know it would take we could, but it would take some work, some money wise, because you got to think about the elderly that are receiving Social Security, certain benefits. But like, we need to jump off this whole union bandwagon. Hello, how's it going?
No, we need unions. Texas, if Texas falls to the Democratic side, like so, 'cause Florida is a fucking Florida is a coin flip. every election cycle, Florida is a coin flip. So you can't rely on Florida. They could fall on that side, and then you say a solid red. I don't think so. I really don't, because Florida is and like
it's full of old people and their parents. They all vote Republican.
All those retirees and stuff. Yeah, I know there's a lot of them there, but there's a whole bunch of, I want to be careful how I say this.
It's Republican and Disney.
And Disney is Democratic.
Yeah, Disney just got broken. If you've been reading the news, the governor broke Disney because Disney tried to interfere in state politics.
Yes, I think I covered that probably one of the nights he wasn't here. But that's a lot of that don't matter about the voters. Those people are still going to vote how they're going to vote. And like I be saying about the internet, the opposite is always a lot of times the way they spin everything, the way everything happened with Disney, that may work for the Democrats somehow. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So,
I just say that you're going to have a lot of people voting different. I really feel like when it comes down to major elections, the statewide elections for governors and things, I feel like you're going to have a lot of people vote differently, especially in the minority communities, because they have truly been bamboozled with fucking Biden and the shit that they have pulled. Dude, the Democrats are losing, bro. They're losing their ass on all kinds of levels.
Well, see, that's just it. We don't know what it really is like, because the media is making sure that all we know is that the Democrats are the greatest things ever, and if you like Trump, you need to go to re-education camp.
Right, because they control the narrative. The narrative is definitely on the liberal side. Damn it, what was I gonna say? That movie, what was the name of that movie where the guy, the whole election came down to this one dude? I think it was in Florida, and both of the candidates, wanted him to vote for him, and they would like fly him out and try to like convince him to vote for him and stuff. And this guy was basically an idiot and not very politically inept. What movie was that? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I was thinking about that movie when I was thinking about Florida, because it's like, and the undecided voter, I think some shit like that or whatever. And it's like how these people be undecided all the way up
Swing
until
vote.
the swing vote. Yes, that was the name of it.
Kevin Costner.
It was a great movie. Did you see it? It's so freaking funny, and it is very political. I love politics, so that movie explains politics and how it fucking works.
All right, yourself.
Yeah. So, anyways, I really enjoyed that movie, but it explains the undecided voter. So it's like these people. Who are these people that all the way up until the day of election they still like, I don't know. Who are they? Who are you? You know what I mean? That's kind of, weird to me, like in a lot of ways, because maybe it means that the politicians aren't getting their message out as far as what they stand for. You know what I'm saying? Like what their planks are, because with a lot of these campaigns, it's like razzle dazzle punchlines, and nobody even cares what the damn, planks are. So maybe that's what it is. But to me, it seems like if you are interested in the candidates or you're interested in the election or whatever, you have some kind of something you care about, something that you want to try to affect, some kind of, policies that you have a problem with or policies that you want to go in. So then it seems like to me that you would go and see which candidate, is more aligned with doing the things that you want to get done. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like if you have been paying any attention, by the time of the election, you should have had that figured out. We are one of the countries that have the longest election cycles. Most other countries, they get through their whole thing like that. They do like a whole year of touring around the country before the damn campaign, before the election even happens. Like they don't do that in other countries. That's another reason why our elections cost so fucking much. It's expensive to run an election when it takes a whole fucking year to do it. In the UK, they don't spend a quarter. They spend like a quarter of what we spend. And their election is like over really quickly in like 6 weeks or some shit. Let me read Dice comment. He says, confirmed governor election is a winner take all popular vote with ties determined by joint session. Okay, straight popular vote. General election for governor of Texas incumbent Greg Abbott, Beto O'Rourke, Delilah Barrios, Mark Tippett, Ricardo Turrios Vanilla are running in the general election for governor of Texas in November 8, 2022. That's really good information because that's another thing. Let me give you a League of Women Voters. That's what I use. I think it's Democratic or whatever, but it's really good for information about all the candidates on both sides. Like you can go there. I think that works nationally. League of Women Voters. I really think that works nationally, and you can go to their website and it'll show you who all the people are running in whatever those elections are, and their backstories and what they stand for, links to their websites and stuff is super useful, because I found as an active voter that it's really difficult to find all the information about these voters, who's all running, because you don't never even see, because the big names, like the first two names on this list, Greg Abbott and Beto O'Rourke, gonna have the biggest budgets. So you're gonna see TV commercial ads, you're gonna hear radio ads, you're gonna see posters and billboards and shit, because they have that budget. The smaller names, you may not even know that they're running. You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad because they don't have no chance if nobody know they're running. They don't know who they are. They don't know their name. Name recognition is huge in politics. Anyways, I'm not even into it like that anymore. What is the link that you sent me? I like to cover politics for like the sport of it, but as far as getting like emotionally involved in it and shit, I don't do that anymore, because I've been studying politics way too long. I'm cynical. Now I understand what happens to the politicians.
Chaka's a politician, y'all.
I'm telling you, bro. It's like it's you already know what's going to happen. When you look at the numbers, like I could just look at the shit and to give you predictions, and I'll be right a lot of times because the same shit happens over and over. Those damn political pundits, they get paid all that fucking money. It ain't nothing but a computer spitting out data, and it's fucking the averages. You go by the averages, you pretty much gonna be right every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much always goes by the way of the numbers. So Ballotpedia, search for Encyclopedia of American Politics. So it just tells you about what the governor is, and Texas governor. But it's different in all states. So, and Texas is different. Texas tends to be different from everybody else in the way that they do shit.
Abbott has already been in there 2 terms, right?
Yes, that's correct. Right? It's 2. It's been 2.
Yeah.
I remember when Abbott ran. Who did he beat? He beat that chick. It was that lady. What was her name? Was it a female in there before Abbott? Let me try to think.
No,
it
Perry was in there before Abbott.
Okay, it was Perry, and he was in there forever too. And that dude was appointed by freaking George W. So his first, how he got in there, that's where incumbent is so powerful in politics. It's because Bush got elected to president, and I want to say that's way back when Rick Perry got in, and basically appointed. And then he had to run when the next election came around, but of course he won, because that's pretty much how it goes. He was a buddy. Rick Perry is a buddy. He's like my buddy. Man, the damn buddy system in America, bro. Yeah, I got it on the screen right here, Doc. Right here is Ballotpedia.
I know a lot of people don't like Abbott. There's a lot of people rooting for him to get out.
I don't like Abbott. I'll say that. And it's not because he's a Republican. Anyways, this says the governor of Texas is the chief executive of the state of Texas and is elected by the citizens every 4 years. The governor has the power to sign, veto bills passed by the state legislation, serve as commander-in-chief of the state's military forces, convene special sessions of the legislature, grant reprieves and pardons, and fill vacant positions via appointment. Additionally, the governor is responsible for delivering the state of the state address and an annual state budget report and budget recommendations. Compensation is $153,000 a year, $750. Look, but his budget is, what is that? $11,808,000. Is that right, or is that 11 billion? You guys, I suck at math. 8,000. That's 11,808,000. If I'm not tripping.
11 million for a state of Texas? Hell no, it's got to be bigger than that.
Well,
not when they're giving schools $200 and $300 million, school districts $200 and $300 million a year. So that's probably billions.
Yeah, that's
I can't
gotta
look
be.
at it. I'm driving, so it's got to be billions.
It's gotta be because that don't make sense. Yeah. So, but look, this is interesting. I'm glad you sent this to me, Doc, because right here, compensation $153,000 a year, and then and he has a budget of $11 billion. So some guy that's getting paid $150,000 a year can, has access to $11 billion. He gets to dictate $11 billion. And this shows a problem with our political system right here, because I was saying before, and a lot of those smaller, see, look, this is the governor. He's getting paid $153,000. How much you think they pay all of the smaller offices? So the thing is, I did a little bit of digging around in this, and it's like these people aren't getting paid very much, and a lot of them have to work second jobs just to be able to pay their bills. So this is an incentive for them to basically be shady, because it's like, what is the point in doing the job if you can't pay your bills? Like let's say you really care and you want to make things better. So, you want to focus on that. So, but you can't worry about your bills at the same time while you're doing that. You get what I'm saying? If you are, then if while you're trying to make a difference and somebody comes along with a suitcase of money and tell you to look the other way, then what are you going to do? You're already struggling paying your bills. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right. Pay those people enough to live. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll get more honest people in these jobs. The chart below shows the partisan compensation. Partisan compensation. Oh, it shows the candidates on here. Delia Barrios, Mark Tippett, Ricardo Trujillo Bonilla. He's an independent. Though none of these people have a chance. Delia has 0 chance. Mark Tippett has 0 chance. Trujillo Bonilla has 0. This guy's an independent. He has less than 0 chance. So the Mark Tippett is the libertarian. Okay, so the libertarians are going to come through enough for them to win in a statewide election in Texas. No. What does G stand for here for Delilah? Green. Green Party. Okay. The Green Party is going to come through strong enough to bring this person into the statewide office? No. So are these people delusional? No. Well, then what the hell is going on? Like, because the only person that has a shot is Beto. And we were saying earlier, he probably doesn't really have a shot. But he's the only one in the breath. These people have 0. So what the hell is really going on there? Those are the things that make you go, And that's what you want to study or focus on when you're looking at politics. What it says, Democratic primary election, Democratic primary for governor of Texas. 91%, 846,000 votes. Nobody was else even in the thing. Michael Cooper, I recognize that dude. I think I know who that is. Joy Diaz, I think I recognize her too. Incencio Berentes got 1.3% of the vote, and looks like he don't even have a picture. That's like the same amount as this other guy, Rich Wakeland, whoever that is. How people vote is crazy. If they don't know your name, they're not going to vote for you. And a lot of times the way they know your name is just because like something that don't really have nothing to do with politics, or just because that person was already in the office. Greg Abbott runs 67% of the vote. His what do you call it? Primary was a little more competitive than Beto's was. Yeah, it looks like he had more people on his side. That more competition. So that might have been what busted up the votes more. Yeah, anyways, like I said, you look at the numbers and it'll tell you everything. And that's what these political pundits do all day. They just look at numbers and then they tell you what the numbers are saying. They get paid a whole shit ton of money. A lot of them went to school for a long time for that shit too. And you could just do that shit on your own. Fucking, it's not hard at all. Like, the computer does all the work. Anyways, I'm finna wrap it, y'all. I gotta work tomorrow. I got to go. Y'all got final words? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 6 hours till I gotta be to work.
Nah. Great show. Good show.
It was okay. I think yesterday's show was really good. That's the one I'm gonna chop up for the videos for the week. And I probably won't. Yeah, don't expect me tomorrow. Most likely I won't be here. I think the Saturday show is falling off. I'm too tired for that show. And I want to give good content. Like, I'm really tired tonight. That's why I think this show was kind of dragging a bit. Doc, you have any comments? Because I'm finna wrap it. Thank y'all for being here, man, all the time. Deuce and Doc and everybody else. You know, I know it's hard and it'd be late at night. And we'll be doing mental exercises on this show, you know. Most people just want to scroll and click, you know. And we be digging into the complex topics and, you know, in the middle of the night too. I like my zebras. I like my zebras in the background. It's like zebras are weird, right? Because they're black and white. So it's like you have this whole black and white racial thing that goes on, right? Like, and then people like interracial people, they call them zebras. Like it's a derogatory term. Like, zebras are beautiful. And the whole point of the black and white is for camouflage. It makes it really hard for the predators to distinguish one animal from another. They just become like a blur when they're running. So I don't know. Maybe we can learn something from the zebra. You know, we have these concepts of separating ourselves in Republican and Democrat, liberal and conservative, black and white. And, you know, so that makes the predators easier to pick us off. You know, the zebra put that all together and it really gives the predators a hard time. Message. Anyways, peace and love. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for joining and listening. Till next time. Same bat channel, same bat time.